David James Gandy is a British model. He grew up in Essex in a working-class family. After winning a televised model search competition, he became a successful model. For several years, Gandy was the lead male model for Italian designers Dolce and Gabbana, who featured him in their campaigns and fashion shows. In an industry dominated by skinny models, Gandy's muscular build caused some menswear fashion designers to move to a more masculine standard. The increase in his popularity and name recognition resulted in a broad portfolio of magazine covers, editorial photo shoots, interviews and industry awards. He has gone on to participate in fashion-related and personal projects such as writing a blog for British Vogue, writing car reviews for British GQ, mobile app development and charity work. Modelling career, background. In his youth, Gandy wanted to be a veterinarian, but his grades were not high enough to meet the needed standards for that line of study. So, while studying multimedia computing, he went to work for Auto Express, delivering the latest Porsches and Jaguars to the track for testing. Before graduating from the University of Gloucestershire with a marketing degree, Gandy's flatmate entered him into a modelling competition on it for Euro unregistered trademark S This Morning, hosted by Richard and Judy. The 21-year-old Gandy won the competition, which included a contract with Select Model Management in London. Work. During the early years of his career, Gandy modelled for a variety of companies including Shiatsi Chen, 7 for All Mankind, Zara, Gant USA, Hugo Boss, Russell and Bromley, H&M, Carolina Herrera, Massimo Dutti and others. In 2006, he became the face of Dolce & Gabbana, annually starring in their apparel campaigns and fashion shows through 2011, working with female supermodels such as Gemma Ward, Scarlett Johansson, Giselle Bündchen and Naomi Campbell, as well as male models including Noah Mills, Tony Ward and Adam Sen. Gandy was initially best known for the 2007 advert of Dolce & Gabbana's fragrance Light Blue with Marija Vujovic, which had 11 million online hits and saw a 50-foot billboard of him displayed in Times Square. He modeled for their 2008 calendar, shot by photographer Mariano Vivanco. In 2009, portrait and fashion photographer ranking recreated 7 iconic photographs in a BBC4 special entitled 7 Photographs That Changed Fashion. He selected Gandy to recreate Fred with Tires, originally shot by Herb Ritts in 1984. Gandy returned as the face of the second light blue fragrance campaign for 2010, but this time with Anna Jagodzinska. He also made a short promotional film for W Hotels with Helena Christensen called Away We Stay. In 2011, the fashion house published David Gandy by Dolce & Gabbana, a 280-page photographic coffee table book of images chronicling their years of collaboration. That same year, Gandy shot 4 magazine covers and 5 fashion editorial photo shoots. In 2012, he was featured on 16 magazine covers, 18 fashion editorials and modeled for Banana Republic, Lucky Brand Jeans, El Palacio de Hierro and Marks & Spencer. In addition, Gandy was named the brand ambassador for Johnny Walker Blue Label. In 2013, Dolce & Gabbana released the third version of the A-Euro OE Light Blue E-Euro fragrance campaign featuring Gandy. Once again, Mario Testino filmed the adverts and commercial on location in the island of Capri, southern Italy, but this time with the Italian model Bianca Bolti in the female role. Bianda Castana, a British shoe label, released a fashion film featuring Gandy called David Gandy's Goodnight. In it, he seduces several women who discover later that he has stolen their shoes. On September 26, Gandy and Jaguar released a short film called Escapism, which featured Gandy driving models such as the C-Type, E-Type, XKSS as well as the new F-Type. At the end of October, Gandy was named the face of SM Men's Fashion and made a brief runway appearance during Philippine Fashion Week. In November, Marks & Spencer launched their 2013 Christmas advertising campaign, Magic and Sparkle. The fairy tale-themed commercial featured Rosie Huntington-Whiteley with Helena Bonham Carter and Gandy. In May 2014, Gandy was cast as Jennifer Lopez's love interest in her first Love music video. The video, directed by Anthony Mandler, was shot on location in the Mojave Desert during a sandstorm. On June 15, Marks & Spencer announced that Gandy had designed a range of underwear and sleepwear for the brand's premium line called David Gandy for Autograph. The collection will be modeled by Gandy and launched on September 18, 2014. Other endeavors, fashion projects. In May 2010, Gandy spoke at the University of Oxford Union as part of a panel that included photographer Tony McGee, Victoria and Albert Museum senior curator Claire Wilcox, fashion consultant Francis Card and Dolly Jones, the editor of British Vogue. Prior notable speakers who have debated in the Oxford Union include Winston Churchill, Queen Elizabeth and Mother Teresa. He released the David Gandy Men's Style Guide mobile app in 2010 which offered style and clothing advice to men and which ultimately hit top 3 in the lifestyle market. In September 2011, Gandy was named the spokesman for the Martinia Euro unregistered trademark SA Euro OE Luck is an Attitude Euro campaign, launching their model search competition on the Spanish steps of Rome, which were opened specifically for the event. He was appointed to serve on the British Fashion Council's committee to launch London Collections, Men as part of London Fashion Week 2012. During the 2012 Summer Olympics closing ceremony, Gandy was the only male to walk the Union Jack-shaped catwalk featuring British fashions, alongside models Naomi Campbell, Kate Moss, Jodan Dunn, Lily Donaldson, Georgia May Jagger, Karen Elson and Stella Tennant. For the occasion, he wore a gold bespoke suit by British designer Paul Smith. Gandy was invited to the Oxford Union once again on November 19, 2012 with Alex Bilmes, editor of Esquire, to discuss the importance of men's fashion. On April 28, 2013, Gandy participated in the 2013 Vogue Festival as part of a panel discussing, Too Fat Too Thin, Will We Ever Be Content? The panel, chaired by Vogue's editor-in-chief, Fiona Golfer, also included model Daisy Lowe, child star Patsy Kensit and Vogue contributing editor Krista Dow Euro unregistered trademark Sousa. Writing and other pursuits. Since February 2011, Gandy has regularly written a blog for British Vogue where he discusses his career, fashion style, cars, antiques and life in London. He is also an official car reviewer for British GQ. In October 2011, London's Evening Standard invited Gandy to be guest writer-editor of their men's issue. His body has inspired fitness industry interviews, exercise videos as well as his own fitness app which was released in December, 2012. After receiving his racing license in 2012, Gandy was invited to be one of the drivers in the 2013 Mille Miglia race in Italy. Each year, the three-day event passes through nearly 200 Italian towns from Brescia to Rome and back, recreating the original races which took place between 1927 and 1957. He and his co-driver, Yasmin Le Bon, were part of a Euro OE team Giugiaro Euro, driving a 1950 XK120. Early in the race, Gandy and Le Bon were a Euro OE pushed off the road by a competitor Euro which caused body damage to the fender and side of the vintage car. They re-entered the race, ultimately finishing in 158th place out of 415 cars. On September 12, 2013, the Daily Telegraph launched a new men's lifestyle section called Telegraph Men. They announced that Gandy would be a contributing columnist. Accolades: Gandy has been nominated for or received several awards in the modeling industry. In 2008, Spanish Glamour magazine named him Most Beautiful International Male Face at an event in Madrid, Spain. On June 26, 2009, Forbes magazine ranked him as the world's third most successful male model, behind Matt Gordon and Sean O'Prey. In 2010, Gandy was the first male ever nominated for Model of the Year by the British Fashion Council and Shortlist named him the Face of Today in 2011. The Evening Standard included Gandy in their list of London's 1,000 most influential people for 2011 and again for 2012. For a second time, BFC nominated him for Model of the Year in 2012. Glamour readers voted him one of the 100 sexiest men of 2012. And he was ranked number 17 of the Euro A50 Best Dressed in Britain Euro by GQ magazine in 2012. At the end of 2012, Models.com ranked him number 4 in the list of money guys, and number 5 in the list of top icons. Cosmopolitan named Gandy one of the sexiest men of 2013, and British GQ included him in their 2013 list of the 100 most influential men in Britain. On September 27, Business of Fashion announced the Boer 500, the people shaping the global fashion industry. They included Gandy as the only male in the models and muses category. In October, Forbes updated their ranking of the world's top-earning male models of 2013. The list placed Gandy at number 2 just behind Sean O'Prey. In December 2013, Glamour readers once again voted Gandy among the sexiest men of 2013. By the 1st of 2014, Gandy had moved up to number 3 on Models.com's Money Guys, and number 3 on their list of top icons. Charity work. Gandy participated in the Fashion for Relief fashion show on February 19, 2010. The event was organized by Naomi Campbell to raise money for victims of the Haitian earthquake. On April 17, 2011, Gandy was part of the Oxfam team who ran in the London Marathon to raise funds for Oxfam. Other members of the Oxfam team included model Ajay Nistin and fashion designer Henry Holland. In May 2011, Gandy modeled a shirt designed by fashion designer Catherine Hamnett. Proceeds from sales of the shirt went toward the Environmental Justice Foundation unregistered trademark Save the Sea campaign. On March 23, 2012, Gandy, along with model Kate Moss and designer Stella McCartney, made a guest appearance in a special episode of the sitcom Absolutely Fabulous to benefit Sport Relief 2012. 3 days later, the UK's Battersea Dogs and Cats Home announced that Gandy had been named the institution's first celebrity ambassador. In January 2013, Gandy launched Blue Steel Appeal, his charity foundation created to raise money for Comic Relief's Red Nose Day. The foundation, which derives its name from the satirical fashion film Zoolander, will host a series of fundraising events. The first was an auction on Bay in March 2013 which included collectible items and fashion experiences donated by Victoria Beckham, Molly King, Dolce & Gabbana, Lucky Brand Jeans, One Direction and others. Media appearances, 2013, Comic Relief's Big Chat with Graham Norton, Alan Carr, Chatty Man, Nightline, 2012, Absolutely Fabulous, 2010, The Jonathan Ross Show, Gallery. References. Bibliography, Howarth, Peter and Vivanco, Mariano, David Gandy by Dolce & Gabbana. New York City, Rizzoli, 2011. PA6. ISBN 978-0-8478-3752-6. External links, verified Twitter, official Facebook, David Gandy's blog at Vogue UK, David Gandy's car reviews on GQ, David Gandy's articles for The Telegraph, David Gandy Style Guide, David Gandy Fitness app.